Stoicism, a mindset that has withstood the test of time and continues to influence countless lives. Stoicism, an age-old ideology, came into existence in the city of Athens, steeped in history and culture around 300 BCE. The birth of this profound philosophy is attributed to a time when Athens was a hub of intellectual discourse and the cradle of Western civilization. This philosophy was the brainchild of a man named Zeno of Citium, a merchant by trade, who came to Athens and found solace in its thriving philosophical scene. Zeno, having survived a shipwreck, found the wisdom to overcome his material loss and thus laid the first stone of this enduring philosophy. Zeno's teachings were later carried forward and reshaped by philosophers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, statesman, and dramatist, contributed significantly to the development of Stoicism. His writings provide valuable insights into the understanding of Stoicism. Epictetus, a former slave who became a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of accepting things we cannot control. Marcus Aurelius, the last of the 5 good emperors of Rome, was another great proponent of Stoicism. His personal writings, known as Meditations, continue to be revered. Each of these philosophers carried Stoicism further, and through their teachings, they established a guidance system for dealing with the intricacies of life, highlighting the importance of wisdom, acceptance, and resilience. Stoicism provides a framework for navigating the complexities of life with wisdom and resilience. One of the fundamental tenets of Stoicism is focusing on what you can control. This philosophy, hailing from ancient Greece, has long been lauded for its practicality and usefulness in everyday life. It urges us to take a step back, to assess our surroundings, and to identify what is within our power to change. This isn't always an easy task, as we are often faced with situations that seem entirely out of our control. Yet, Stoicism provides us with a mindset that allows us to navigate through these difficult times. It teaches us that while we may not be able to control our circumstances, we can control how we respond to them. It's about recognizing that our power lies not in controlling the world around us, but in controlling ourselves and our reactions to the world. Life is, in essence, filled with a myriad of uncertainties. Every day, we grapple with the unknown, whether in our personal lives, our professional careers, or our overall purpose. These uncertainties can be daunting, often leaving us feeling overwhelmed and powerless. However, Stoicism flips this perception on its head. It shows us that we are not powerless. In fact, we hold a significant amount of power within ourselves. We have control over our reactions to the uncertainties. We can choose calm in the face of adversity. We can decide to keep pushing forward even when times are tough. Moreover, we have the ability to control our decisions. We can choose how we want to live our lives. We have the power to make choices that reflect our values and interests. We can decide what path we want to take, what risks we are willing to take, and how we want to face challenges. Finally, we have control over our attitudes. We can choose to see the world positively or negatively. We can decide to see obstacles as opportunities, problems as potential solutions, failures as lessons learned. We can choose our attitude towards life, and in doing so, affect our overall happiness and satisfaction. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us that our reactions, decisions, and attitudes are well within our grasp. Stoicism, a philosophical doctrine originating from ancient Greece, teaches us to wholeheartedly accept the present moment without being overly influenced by the waves of emotions that often bubble up within us. The essence of this teaching is not about negation of emotions or rigid suppression of feelings, a common misconception some may hold. Instead, it offers a different approach, a middle way. The middle way of Stoicism is about honoring our human capacity for emotional response while not being enslaved by it. It acknowledges the basic reality of being human, that we experience a spectrum of emotions, from joy to sorrow, from fear to courage, from frustration to satisfaction. All these emotions are a part of our existence, and Stoicism does not argue against this fundamental truth. Rather, it invites us to a more mindful way of living where we emotions acknowledge them as part of our human experience, and then instead of being swept away by them, we get to choose our response. This approach is not about control, but about empowerment. Stoicism empowers us to take charge of our reactions in the face of our emotions. Imagine standing in the face of adversity, feeling the sting of fear and the weight of uncertainty. In that moment, Stoicism teaches us that we can acknowledge these feelings, brought about by circumstances beyond our control. Yet we can then choose our response. We can let the fear paralyze us, or we can use it as a catalyst to take action. Thus, Stoicism is not about suppressing feelings, but rather acknowledging them and choosing how to respond. This ancient philosophy guides us to a path of emotional balance, self-awareness, and resilience, regardless of the circumstances we face. Stoics lay great stress on the essentiality of cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are not just abstract concepts, but actual guiding lights that dictate the crux of all decisions and actions we undertake. Stoic philosophy suggests that developing these virtues is the pathway to a fulfilling, meaningful life. Wisdom, as per the Stoics, is not just about academic knowledge. It entails an understanding of the world, people, and most importantly, oneself. It's about the ability to differentiate between right and wrong, to make informed decisions that uphold one's integrity. Courage in the Stoic context isn't merely about physical bravery, it's about mental fortitude, the resilience to withstand adversity, the strength to uphold your principles even when the odds are against you. Justice, as perceived by the Stoics, is not just legal fairness, but extends to equality and honesty in one's dealings with others. It embodies treating every individual with the dignity and respect they deserve, regardless of their background or status. Temperance, according to Stoic philosophy, is about self-restraint and moderation. It is the ability to resist temptations and not be swayed by transient pleasures. It's about maintaining a balanced perspective towards life and its various aspects. It's through the harmonious development of these four virtues that one can truly achieve a state of tranquility and contentment, so prized by the Stoics. These virtues become guiding principles in decision-making and actions. Stoicism encourages us to recognize the impermanence of everything. This is a philosophy that has stood the test of time, stemming from the rich ancient Greek history and carved through the ages by great minds like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. Stoicism implores us to confront, digest, and eventually accept the transient nature of our existence. The principle underlying this philosophy is that everything around us, including ourselves, our possessions, and our relationships, are in a state of flux. This could be seen as a profound revelation, a way of perceiving life that liberates us from the shackles of worldly attachments. Stoicism asks us to renounce our possessions or relationships, but rather makes us more aware of the fleeting nature of these aspects. This understanding, according to Stoicism, brings about a sense of tranquility. It instills in us a certain unflappable calmness, a serenity that stems from the understanding that what we have today might not be there tomorrow. This isn't about fostering a bleak outlook on life, but rather about encouraging a balanced perspective. Stoicism teaches us to live in, to savor the moments we have, and to not remain fixated on the past or the future. It underscores the importance of finding happiness in the simplicity of existence rather than in transient material possessions. Change, according to Stoics, is not just a mere occurrence but an intrinsic part of life. It doesn't merely happen to life, it defines life. By acknowledging that change is a constant in life, we can approach situations with a more balanced perspective. This Stoic understanding encourages us to embrace change, to take it in our stride, and to grow with it. Now that we've explored the core principles, let's take a breath and dive deeper into this fascinating philosophy. A Stoic mindset, as you might have deducted, isn't a fleeting trend or a temporary state of mind that you can switch on and off at will. It's a lifelong commitment to personal growth, inner peace, and resilience in the face of adversity. But how do you adopt such a mindset? The first key step is understanding that it is within your power to do so. It may seem daunting, but with consistent effort and an open mind, you can start to orient your thoughts towards a more stoic perspective. Start by practicing mindfulness. This is the fundamental stepping stone to Stoicism. By becoming more mindful, you are actively engaging with the world around you, acknowledging your thoughts and feelings, and learning to accept things as they are without. It's important to learn detachment. This means learning how to separate your emotions from external events. It doesn't mean being emotionless, but rather understanding that you have the power to control your emotional response to situations. Another key aspect of a Stoic mindset is to practice acceptance. Life, as we know, is filled with ups and downs. A Stoic accepts these natural ebbs and flows of life, understanding that joy and sorrow, success and failure are all integral parts of the human experience. And then there is the practice of gratitude. It's important to cultivate a sense of appreciation for what you have, rather than obsessing over what you don't. This mindset can help you find contentment and peace, even in the face of adversity. Lastly, remember to practice endurance. Life is filled with challenges and hardships, but a Stoic sees these as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. They don't shy away from discomfort, but instead embrace it as a means to harden their resolve and strengthen their character. All of these might sound overwhelming, but it's important to remember that adopting a Stoic mindset doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that requires dedication and understanding. Let's discuss how you can adopt a Stoic mindset in your daily life. Start by cultivating self-awareness. This is the first step, the foundation on which the rest of your journey will be built. It's about understanding who you are, what makes you tick, and what drives your behavior. It's about probing into your own psyche, breaking down walls, and confronting the hard truths about yourself that you may have long been avoiding. Take a moment to pause. Reflect on your reactions to events that unfold in your life. Notice how you respond when you're faced or conflict. Do you react with anger, frustration, or withdrawal, or do you respond with understanding, patience, and resilience? Each reaction tells a story about your inner landscape, about your beliefs, values, and character traits. Go deeper, identify the patterns in your behavior. Are there specific triggers that cause you to react in a certain way? Are there patterns that emerge when you're under stress, feeling threatened, or experiencing joy? These patterns can provide valuable insights into your subconscious mind, revealing hidden insecurities, fears, and desires. Equally important, learn to understand how your emotions influence your decisions. Do you often make choices based on how you feel in the moment, or do the long-term consequences of your actions? Recognizing the role of emotions in decision-making can help you become more balanced and rational in your approach. Don't rush the process. Self-awareness is a journey that unfolds over time. It takes patience, commitment, and courage, but the rewards are immense. With self-awareness, you can become the master of your own life, steering your course with confidence and clarity. Understand how your emotions influence your decisions. A deep understanding of this can help you make smarter, more intentional decisions that align with your true self. It's the key to unlocking a more authentic, fulfilling life. With self-awareness, you gain not just knowledge, but wisdom. You become not just a player in the game of life, but the game master. Incorporate mindfulness into your routine. This is a practice that many successful people around the world have embraced. Mindfulness is not just a buzzword or a fleeting trend. It's a comprehensive approach to living, a way to connect with the authentic self. It allows us to disconnect from the noise of the world, to disconnect from the constant pressures of work, deadlines, and the buzz of smart devices, and connect with our inner selves, our thoughts, our feelings. One of the key aspects of mindfulness is the idea of taking a moment to pause. It's the act of hitting the pause button on the ceaseless flow of thoughts and ideas that course through our minds daily. It's giving yourself permission to stop, take a step back, and just breathe. Just a simple act of inhaling and exhaling can be immensely powerful. It can bring tranquility and peace to a stressed mind, can bring clarity to a confused mind, can bring a sense of control to a chaotic situation. Breathing is a natural, life-sustaining process, but when used consciously, it can be a powerful tool for grounding ourselves in the present moment. We are present, we are aware. We are conscious not just of our external environment, but also our internal landscape, our thoughts, our emotions. Observing your thoughts without judgment can be a game changer. It's not about controlling or suppressing thoughts. It's about noticing them, acknowledging them without labeling them as good or bad. It's about understanding that thoughts are not facts. They are just thoughts, and they do not define us. This practice helps you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. By incorporating mindfulness into your routine, you create a space for reflection and conscious decision-making, which ultimately leads to a more harmonious and centered life. Seneca, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, was a strong advocate of journaling. As one of the most influential figures of his time, His teachings remain relevant today. Seneca once said, "We should every night call ourselves to an account," and this speaks to the value of journaling. He believed that by writing down our thoughts, experiences, and emotions, we can become more self-aware and in tune with our inner selves. Journaling, as advocated by Seneca, is not just about putting pen to paper, it's about consciously taking the time to reflect on our actions, emotions, and thoughts. When we write, engaging in a conversation with ourselves. It's a way to pause, take a step back, and look at our lives from a different perspective. The process of journaling can reveal patterns and recurring themes in our lives. Writing down our daily challenges, the obstacles we face, and how we tackle them can provide us with invaluable insights. It's a tool that can help us understand our strengths, weaknesses better. We can identify our triggers, what upsets us, and what brings us joy. Furthermore, writing down our reflections is an essential part of this process. When we reflect on our experiences, we are not just remembering them. We are examining them, questioning their meaning, and learning from them. We can see our growth, our progress, and the lessons we've learned. This process of journaling, as recommended by Seneca, can provide clarity and aid in the development of Stoic principles. It truly is a powerful tool for self-exploration and self-improvement. Engage in daily exercises that align with Stoic philosophy. This ancient discipline, hailing from the minds of great thinkers, can become a guiding light in your everyday life. Stoicism is not just a school of thought, but a way of life, a roadmap to a peaceful mind and a virtuous character. The practice encourages self-discipline, inner strength, and a unique perspective where one's happiness and peace are dependent on their reaction to the world, not the world itself. Consider for a moment the great Stoics of the past, Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. They navigated life's tumultuous seas with a steadfast calmness, a tranquility derived from their practice of Stoicism. And you too, this mindset. You can integrate this philosophy into your life and witness the transformative power it holds. One of the most effective ways is by visualizing potential challenges that you may face in your day-to-day life. Imagine yourself in situations that typically cause stress or anxiety. This might be a challenging meeting at work, a confrontation with a loved one, or an unexpected obstacle to your plans. But instead of reacting emotionally, focus on responding with calm rationality. When you visualize situations and your rational response, you are essentially rehearsing a Stoic approach to life, priming your mind to respond with tranquility and reason regardless of the circumstances. This practice encourages resilience, emotional intelligence, and a peaceful demeanor. It's not about denying emotions, but about managing them effectively, guiding them instead of being controlled by them. So tap into the wisdom of the Stoics, let it shape your mindset, your reactions, and ultimately your life. Practice responding with calm rationality. Embracing Stoicism isn't just a philosophical exercise. It's a practical approach to living a more fulfilled and fulfilled life. It's a grounded ideology that has been embraced by some of the greatest thinkers throughout history and continues to be relevant in our fast-paced, ever-changing modern lives. The teachings of Stoicism, when applied pragmatically, can provide a solid foundation for building a life of contentment, resilience, and integrity. It's a philosophy rooted in the understanding of our own place in the universe and the acceptance of things we cannot change. It encourages a steady demeanor, irrespective of the turbulence of our external circumstances. Stoicism inspires one to rise above the petty annoyances of everyday life and focus on what truly matters. By adopting Stoic principles, you're not only learning to steer your life towards serenity, but also learning to coexist harmoniously with the world around you. It's about cultivating an internal compass that can guide you through the storms of a calm and steady hand. It's about embracing the fact that while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we react to it. It paves the way for you to navigate challenges with greater ease and cultivate meaningful relationships. It teaches you to cherish authenticity, foster patience, practice empathy, and show compassion. With Stoicism, you learn to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, the value of living mindfully, and the importance of prioritizing inner peace over external validation. Stoicism is not about denying emotions, but it's about managing them in a way that they don't control you. It's about finding balance in life amidst all its uncertainties. It's a lifestyle that promotes simplicity, contentment, and resilience. And finally, Stoicism allows you to find contentment in the present moment. It reminds you that the present is all you truly, and it's here and now that happiness resides. The real joy of life lies not in the pursuit of endless goals, but in appreciating what we already have. It's a powerful philosophy that advocates for the art of living in the present, appreciating the now, and finding happiness within oneself. It's about living a more fulfilled and resilient life. And as we wrap up our exploration into Stoicism, it's important to revisit the essence of this philosophy. Stoicism, derived from the ancient Greeks, is more than just a philosophical school of thought. It's a way of life that encourages us to navigate through life's highs and lows with grace, acceptance, and tranquility. This exploration has taken us through the intricate maze of Stoic teachings, guiding principles, and esteemed philosophers. We delved into the lives of renowned Stoics like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, understanding their philosophies and how they acquainted themselves with the Stoic way of life. We uncovered the wisdom in the words of these great minds, unraveling the profound insights they left behind. Moreover, we understood the key concepts of Stoicism: indifference to pleasure or pain, the pursuit of virtue, and the cultivation of wisdom. As you have seen, these concepts are not just theories, but practical guidelines for living a meaningful, fulfilled life. They challenge us to introspect, to question our beliefs and prejudices, and to seek truth amidst chaos and confusion. Stoicism teaches us that life is unpredictable and fraught with challenges. But in the face of adversity, we are reminded to be resilient, to practice acceptance, and to focus on what we can control. The teachings of Stoicism encourage us to view obstacles as opportunities for growth, to accept the impermanence of life, and to live in alignment with nature. This journey into Stoicism was not meant quick fix or a definitive guide to life. Instead, it was designed to provoke thought, inspire reflection, and to prompt us to re-evaluate our perspectives. So, as we conclude this journey, let's continue to challenge ourselves, to learn, to grow, and to strive to live in harmony with the principles of Stoicism. Remember that this is a journey, not a destination. It's a process of continuous learning, evolving, and adapting. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism at your own pace, and feel free to share your experiences in the comments below.